Hey everyone, it's Game Free Pulp, and welcome back to the 5th episode of our Minecraft Home Run Derby DLC map showcase. Of course, this awesome map, which features all 30 MLB stadiums rebuilt by the Misfit Society. If you missed any of the previous videos, be sure to check them out. Today, we're going to be working through the American League Central. We've got some really cool parks to look at today, so I'm really excited to get going with them with all you guys. Starting off with Cleveland's stadium. Of course, Cleveland is the Cleveland Indians. They're going to be renamed next year to the Cleveland Guardians. They play at Progressive Field, which is located in Cleveland, Ohio, in the downtown area. The stadium was built opened, I should say, on April 2nd, 1994, so it's 27 years old, and it was renovated in the off-season for baseball of both 2014 and 2015. The original construction cost for the stadium was $175 million. The capacity for the stadium is 35,041, but the record attendance is a lot higher. It's 45,274, and that occurred in 1997 during a divisional series Game 5 game. There has been basically only Cleveland baseball played in the stadium for quite a while. They've been playing there since 1994. There's been one outdoor hockey game. It was between the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Michigan Wolverines. It was the first outdoor college hockey game in Ohio. And there has occasionally been concerts there. The first one was Jimmy Buffett in 1995. But there's no grand list, which is normally what's available. So I can't give you an exact number of how many concerts there has been. There has been quite a few historical things happening at the park. No-hitters, unassisted triple play, a triple play, inside the park home run, pretty much everything you could think of in baseball because the stadium has been around for a while. But I'm surprised at how little there is in the sense of other teams playing in this, or other events happening in the stadium, considering the stadium is quite old, 29 years, almost 30 years old. You would think that there'd be more happening here, but there really isn't, which is surprising. But definitely a good field to start us off. These fields, again, I find the American League fields are more unique than the National League fields, generally speaking. There was obviously some really cool National League fields as well, but this park has nothing too crazy. It's sort of your basic Major League Baseball park. Not really too much to offer in the sense of uniqueness. Obviously well built by the Misfit Society. That's not anything they did wrong. They can only build the parks that are given to them. But moving on now to Kauffman Stadium, which is the home of the Kansas City Royals. This stadium, I've always found when watching baseball that this stadium just seems like it is huge. And the stadium here seems like that as well, which is great. I feel like this looks like one of the bigger stadiums that we've been to on the DLC. And again, I don't know if that's actual fact or if that's just because of how the stadium feels, the way it's built, that you get that feeling. But the feeling that I get from watching the games and the feeling I get here when playing the DLC is similar, which is great. This stadium was built in 1968 to 1973 and opened on April 10th, 1973, so it's 48 years old, quite an old stadium, and it was renovated from 2007 to 2009. The original construction cost was $70 million, and the renovation cost was $250 million. It has a capacity of 37,903 with a standing room of capacity of 40,625. Because again, this is an older stadium, there's quite a bit of history here, but there has only been 4 concerts, and most of those concerts were in the 1970s. The most recent concert was in 2018, and the earliest one before that was in 1979. So not that much in the sense of other sports happening here. There's no other sports that I can find happening. It's been only Kansas City Royals, not that many concerts, and no other sporting events. So that's really it for Kauffman Stadium. Moving on now to Comerica Park, which is, of course, the home of the Detroit Tigers in Detroit, Michigan. This stadium, I just want to pause my history for a second and comment on how awesome the Tigers look in the stadium by Misfit Society. I think they look really cool up on the scoreboard. This stadium was built in 1997 to the year 2000 and opened on April 11th, 2000, so it is 21 years old. The construction cost was $300 million, and the capacity ranges, depending on the year, from 40,120 to 41,083. The record attendance was 45,280, and that occurred in 2008. The building has had its share of interesting events. There's been numerous hockey games played there, outdoor hockey games. No NHL games, but a good number of other games. There's been a Canadian university hockey game played there. There's been numerous NCAA games, an AHL outdoor game, and an NHL alumni game as well. There's been an international friendly between Roma and Paris Saint-Germain held there as well. That's pretty much it for Comerica Park. Moving quite quickly through these fields. They are all kind of unique in their design, but they do not have that much history to them, which is interesting. Not too many other events happening. Moving on now to Target Field, which is home of the Minnesota Twins, and they play in downtown Minneapolis in the historic Warehouse or North Loop district. This stadium was built from 2007 to 2010 and opened on April 12, 2010. The construction cost was $555 million. It has a capacity of 38,544 and a record attendance of 44,152, and that was for a Kenny Chesney concert in 2015. It is the home of the Minnesota Twins, as I mentioned, and it also was home to the Minnesota Golden Gophers in NCAA in 2011. There has been other events happening at this park, quite a few concerts. There is also some concerts scheduled to happen, including one actually in 2 weeks with Green Day, Fall Out Boy, and Weezer. But about a dozen concerts so far at this park. There's been 2 college football games, both NCAA. There's been a soccer game between Club Leon and Minnesota United FC, and that's pretty much that. Other than baseball at the park. So another interesting park. Nothing too crazy in the sense of roof architecture and stuff like that. Not like the last group, but still they do have some nice fields in this group of stadiums as well. Moving on to our last park, it is the Guaranteed Rate Field, which is the home of the Chicago White Sox. This field was opened in 1991 on April 18th, so it is 30 years old and had a cost of $137 million. There were 2 renovations to this building. One that was quite long, from 2001 to 2012, and one from 2015 to 2019. And the cost of the 2001 to 2007 renovations were $118 million. There is quite a bit of history associated to this park, but most of it is baseball related. There has only been 3 concerts here in the history of the park and 1 football game. That was between the Northern Illinois Huskies and the Toledo Rockets, which I believe is a high school team. It is not. It is a Division I university team. I do not know my NCAA football very well, but there is an extensive baseball history here, which is interesting. The capacity of the field is 444,321, and the record attendance is 47,754, and that was for a Chance the Rapper concert. Very contrasting stadium in comparison to the other one in Chicago, Wrigley Field, which is obviously a lot more historic and a lot more unique, but the lighting in the back is quite interesting, at least in the Minecraft sense of looking at it. There's something that sort of would have challenged the builders, but they did a good job of capturing it. And again, all these stadiums, you can only build what's given to you. So this is more of it's interesting how both the American League and the National League have an entire division of stadiums that are more basic than the rest of them. Moving on to our next episode, the American League East, which is obviously home of the Sky Dome, you'll have a lot more uniqueness there with all the different stadiums in the division. So I'm excited to finish off this series next episode with that division. But that is going to be everything for this episode. If you enjoyed and you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning viewer and you enjoyed, be sure to hit a like and share the channel with your friends. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. I'll catch you guys all next time. My name is Game Fruit Pulp, and hope you guys all have a good day. See you later.